What's up, guys and gals? SpartanSteve here, showing you how to get the achievement Gods of the North. No cheats here. Full walkthrough of the boss fight and also some feats you can learn along the way and after. Let's jump straight into that. You're going to want to go west of the volcano, as north as you could go in the snowy region, at the Temple of the Frost. Once you see these two gigantic statues, you have made it, and you'll see the giant ice fortress. Looks awesome. Before heading in, make sure you make your way to the right hand side to learn some feats. You're going to see this totem sticking out here, and you'll learn how to make totems. Also, just before heading straight into the fortress here, stick to the right hand side, interact with here, so you can learn some emotes. Now, when you do run in here, just avoid all of this. If you want to fight him, by all means, good luck. It's going to take you a lot longer to get the achievement if you do, but you can run. I forgot I did that. I just wanted to see if I could climb it here. You can climb it here. But just go straight the entire time you run in. Don't make any turns. Just go straight up the steps. And those steps straight ahead as well. Don't make any turns. Yeah. But they are very tanky, so you may not want to fight all of them. When you go up the flight of steps that I was heading towards to, that's where the boss is up here. I have done this a couple of times. I just want to give you guys a heads up that this NPC, this giant here, likes to run into the fight when you do engage the boss. You do not have to do this. This didn't happen to me every single time, but it happened to me quite a few times. So just as a heads up to make it an easier time for you, my recommendation, get rid of this giant here. You don't have to do it, just make it easier time for you, but after you do that, if you do it, I do remember taking those coins, but just run up these steps. I also did notice as I was doing this, some weird shadow was going off my shield as I was going up the steps here. I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody before, but there are two other frost giants in here on the right and left side that you do not see. So if you could pull one of them away from the boss before engaging the boss, absolutely recommend doing that. If you don't want to do that, good luck. But I would pull them down here, fight them in the same spot where I fought the other one, and down them pretty quick. Alright, and I would try and pull the other one if you can, but what happened to me was they both got pulled. And I am going to fight both of them in this tutorial, this walkthrough and guide for you guys here today. That move right there that the main boss does, you cannot dodge. To determine the difference of both of them, if you're just looking at the axes, it's got some blue ice coming out of it, the cooler looking one. I recommend downing the easier NPC first, and then dealing with the boss if this happens to you. And you cannot dodge or block that move if you're too close. You gotta back away a little bit, dodge further away. Try not to get caught in their whirlwind move, and you can do this with a bow. If you weave in and out of the steps, you can down them if you are an archer main. And I do get ragdolled a little bit during this fight, but I may get quiet for a portion of the fight, because I am not skipping any part. This is the full boss fight to give you an idea what to bring, what you should bring. I recommend a couple of shields just in case. A one hand and shield would be my recommendation as well, because if you block their attacks, they just go back to a normal position and sometimes taunt, so you can get a couple of free shots, like how they're taunting right now. You have all this area to work with here to run around and kite, and there's a chest right there. But I may get a little quiet for the duration of the video up until a certain point. And now the fun begins. You also complete a journey by defeating him. Oh, and look, he's gonna give me a nice deer head trophy. It's gonna go right on my wall. For wonderful memories. You can't, unfortunately, climb the throne, which I was very sad about the first time I did this. You're gonna want to interact with this lovely tablet, so you can learn how to make black ice weapons, which I will be explaining today. And there is a chest directly behind here as well. You can skin him, he's not going to give you anything important, but you'll get a lot of thick hide if you need it. The second you defeat him, the achievement should pop. But when you do learn the feat how to make the black ice weapons, you have to do that here. You can't do that at a typical blacksmith. There's going to be a smithery here where you're going to create them, and you're going to run down these steps here from the boss fight to do that. There are going to be 4 frost giants here that you're going to want to deal with first before you go in there and craft these weapons. You're going to need black ice and hardened steel weapons, which I'll explain in a moment. We're going to take care of these NPCs first. You can get black ice in the original room that I just came from. So if you get a weapon drop, which the frost giants can drop the weapons that you need to make the black ice weapons, you could just run back in here and grab the black ice. Here it is here, the smith. You're going to want to interact with that square down there. If you interact with anything else outside of that, it's not going to trigger it. I put all those items in there. You're going to need 10 black ice per pick and sword. The javelin and the throwing axe will take 1 black ice, and then the hardened steel weapon. These do take a while to craft. So keep that in mind that you're going to be here a little bit. I have mine turned up, and it still took me quite a bit to craft. Back at my base, going to put that lovely deer head for wonderful memories right next to the dragon trophy head. When you craft one of the swords, do the broadsword over the other sword, the longsword. The broadsword just dishes out more damage and armor penetration, so it's just a much better weapon. I hope this walkthrough helped everybody out today, and I hope you have a wonderful time playing Conan.